Hello everybody. Today I am here with a new video lecture on parathyroid gland. Okay, so in last lecture we have seen about the thyroid gland. Okay, and now we have a very small topic of parathyroid gland. So we'll start with it. Okay, so first of all, the parathyroid gland. Okay, so the location of parathyroid gland is at the back side of thyroid gland. Okay, that's why it has been named as parathyroid, because it's very at the dorsal side of thyroid gland. Okay, this is the dorsal side, this is the trachea, this is the windpipe trachea, and this is the thyroid gland. This lobe you can see, these are the two lobes of thyroid gland on the either side. Okay, the thyroid gland is not connected at the dorsal side. At the back side, the thyroid gland is not connected. So we are concerned with these four dots. Okay, and these four dots are nothing else but parathyroid gland. Okay, so we are done with the location of parathyroid gland, that is behind or dorsal to the thyroid gland. Okay, at the back side of thyroid gland. Okay, now secondary thing that needs to be considered is the origin. Okay, so the origin of parathyroid gland is endodermal. Okay, the origin of parathyroid gland is endodermal. Okay, there are three germ layers. You all might be knowing that there are three germ layers. So ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm. So this gland is a consequence of the third layer. Okay, the inner layer, that is endoderm. So this is endodermal in origin. Okay, now we have known the location, we know the origin. Okay, so what does this gland do? Okay, so since it is an endocrine gland, it is obviously related to secretion of a hormone. Okay, so first of all, we see the cells which constitute the parathyroid gland, and there are two cells. Okay, two cells which we need to know: the chief cells. Okay, the chief cells, and the second one is oxophil cell. So the chief cell and oxophil cell. These larger ones are oxophil cells, and the smaller ones are chief cells. Oxophil cells, although I have named oxophil cell, okay, but the function of oxophil cell is yet not known. Okay, so you just need to know the name, or you can ignore it. We are here. We have to discuss about the chief cell. Okay, so why chief cell is important? Because chief cell secretes the peptide hormone. Okay, the nature of the hormone which is released by chief cells is peptidal, and the name of the hormone is parath hormone. Okay, or you can call it PTH. Okay, in short form, it's mentioned in the NCERT that it's PTH. So the name of the hormone is parath hormone. Okay, and it is a peptide hormone. Now, in this chapter, you must know what is a peptide hormone. Okay, there are two categories of hormones. Okay, on the basis of if it is water soluble or not. Okay, like if it is water soluble or it can be lipid soluble. This categorization is based that the hormones which are water soluble and the hormones that are lipid soluble. So the water soluble hormones are also called peptide hormones, and lipid soluble hormones are those which are steroidal in nature. Okay, we'll get on to that, but presently this is a water soluble or peptide hormone, and its name is parath hormone, and it is secreted by chief cells. Okay, chief cells. Now, the parath hormone. Now, what does this hormone do? Okay, this hormone is hypercalcemic hormone. This hormone is hypercalcemic hormone. Okay, so in the previous lecture about thyroid glands, I told you what is hypercalcemic. Okay, so these terms, okay, like hypercalcemic or hyperglycemic or hypoglycemic or hypocalcemic, these terms are related with the concentration of the thing we are talking about, the concentration of the substance we are talking about in the blood. Okay, in the blood circulation. Okay, so here it is hypercalcemic. I always tell you that break the words. Okay, hypercalcemic. Hyper means increasing and calcemic means calcium. Okay, so the concentration of calcium in blood should be high. So this is the role of this hormone. Okay, the parath hormone increases the concentration of calcium in your blood. That's why it is called hypercalcemic hormone. Okay, so three things we have learned: that chief cells, okay, that comprises, the function is known of chief cells. It releases the peptide hormone, okay, peptide hormone, which is also water soluble. Okay, it is a category of hormone, water soluble or peptide hormone. And parath hormone is the name of the hormone that chief cells secrete. Okay, now another thing, that this hormone, the first thing when you hear parath hormone, you should remember that it is hypercalcemic. Okay, means increases the level of calcium in your blood. Okay, second thing, increases the level of calcium. Okay, this is bracket represents the concentration of calcium in the blood, increases. Okay, the level of concentration in your blood increases. Okay, now we are concerned with how does it increase the concentration of calcium in your blood. Okay, this is a very important thing to be noticed, because in NCERT this about this gland, it's been given in only few 6 to 7 lines. Okay, so and the starting lines are about the location and what this gland is. Okay, and then the other paragraph is solely related to how does it increase calcium concentration in your blood. So that's why these 3 points are very major. Okay, first of all, you should know parathyroid, location, okay, chief cells, peptide hormone, then it is also is known as parath hormone. Okay, that's why it's parathyroid. Okay, PTH, it is hypercalcemic, increases calcium level in your blood. And then how does it increase? These 3 points. Okay, this is given in your NCERT. It is embarked in your NCERT. Okay, these 3 points. So we'll know how does it increase calcium concentration in your blood. So the first thing, okay, the first point over here. First point, it increases calcium concentration by bone resorption, dissolution, or demineralization. All three are the same things. Okay, all these three are the same things. Okay, resorption, dissolution, or demineralization. Okay, so this is, don't get confused with the term. Okay, what is bone mainly constituted of? In lame terms, calcium. Okay, calcium salts. Okay, bone is comprised of calcium salt. Okay, the bone, how does your bone grow? Okay, the calcium gets deposited, okay, by the roles of various hormones and activities of your body on the bone. Okay, so now what does this hormone do? It takes, suppose this is the bone, it takes out the calcium from this bone and deposits in your blood. Okay, that's the role of hypercalcemic hormone. Okay, I'm consistently telling you about hypercalcemic hormone because this is very important, you should not forget it. So what does it do? Suppose this is the bone, this is your bone. So calcium is present in the bone. Okay, so this calcium, suppose this calcium in your bone is comes out and is gets deposited in the blood. Doesn't get deposited in the blood. Okay, it gets mixed in the blood. Okay, this parath hormone acts on the bone. Okay, the calcium in the bone is dissolved. Okay, dissolved or demineralized, because mineral, it is a mineral. Okay, it comes out, or bone resorption, and is put into your bloodstream. Okay, second thing, this is one reason how calcium in the blood increases. Second reason, by stimulating renal tubule. Okay, renal tubule for calcium reabsorption. What is renal tubule? Kidney. Okay, renal means kidney, tubule. Okay, so kidney comprises of, the structural and functional unit of kidney is nephron. Okay, so nephron is also called as renal tubule. Okay, nephron consists of, hope you remember something from this. Okay, if not, the other video is concerned, you can watch that, the one based with kidney and its functions. Okay, blood circle, excretion and elimination of products. So you should know the basic thing, that kidney comprises of nephron comprises of tubules. Okay, PCT, proximal convoluted tubule, and DCT. Okay, we'll not go deep into it. I'm just concerned with, and these PCT and DCT are called as tubules, renal tubules, and here absorption occurs of various different substances. Okay, so it stimulates, this hormone stimulates renal tubule, this hormone stimulates renal tubule for calcium reabsorption. So this was the second way how calcium increases in the blood. Okay, third, by stimulating the kidney. Again, kidney is stimulated. Okay, first renal tubule, it directly acted on the renal tubule and calcium reabsorption took place. But now it acts on the kidney, and then another hormone is released. Okay, calcitriol. It's not mentioned in NCERT, but you should know it stimulates the kidney. Then calcitriol is activated, and this calcitriol increases. This calcitriol increases, or this, you can say this is symbol for stimulates. Okay, positive stimulation, calcium absorption occurs in small intestine. So the third way is कि भैया you took out calcium from the bone. Okay, bone. Second, you took out the calcium from renal tubule. Okay, don't forget it. You took out the calcium from renal tubule, that is PCT. Basically, the circulating calcium, you reabsorbed it. Okay, so from the bone, then reabsorption from renal tubule, and the third one is by taking out it from your GI tract. Okay, gastrointestinal tract. Okay, gastrointestinal tract, and major absorption occurs in small intestine. So third one is it stimulates kidney, then kidney activates calcitriol, and calcitriol takes out the calcium. Basically, it absorbs the calcium from your small intestine. So these are the three ways by which calcium is increased in the bloodstream. Okay. Now, this was the entire thing. It was a very small topic, okay, and this was what was mentioned in your NCERT thoroughly. I've explained every point, and now what happens if there is hypersecretion of this hormone? Okay, so if there is hypersecretion, so these three things will be continuously increasing, okay, and if anything will be increased above limit, it will start destroying that thing. And that what happens if the bone reabsorption continuously takes place under the influence of parathyroid hormone, then this hypersecretion will lead to osteoporosis is simple. Okay, osteo means bone, and porosis means pore in bone. So it takes out so much calcium from the bone that bone becomes weak, and it starts creating pores in the bone. Okay, so that's called osteoporosis. This condition is called osteofibrosis cystica. Okay, none of your concern, you should know it, this condition is called osteofibrosis cystica. Okay, majorly this condition or this disorder is known as osteoporosis. Okay, second one is renal calculi. Again, don't get too much enrolled in the name. Okay, renal, kidney, calculi means stones. Okay, so calcium, the major cause for formation of stones in our body is that calcium deposition. Okay, so if too much calcium is in the blood, so it will cause stones in the kidney. Okay, it will always get filtrated in the kidney, and that it will start depositing, and it will form stone, and that stone is chemically nothing but calcium oxalate salt. Okay, so two conditions, osteoporosis and renal calculi. One more thing, osteoporosis in females is caused at higher age due to estrogen abnormalities. Okay, so estrogen abnormalities can be other thing, but for here we are concerned with the hypersecretion of parathyroid hormone, which leads to osteoporosis. Okay, so this was the entire thing. These location. Okay, chief cells, peptide hormone, endodermal in origin, parathyroid hormone, hypercalcemic hormone. Okay, increases calcium level in blood. And how it increases the calcium level in blood? These are the three conditions. Okay, these three conditions are very important. Because they are mentioned in NCERT. Okay, they are mentioned in NCERT. These three things are mentioned in NCERT, and this is the entire structure and function of parathyroid gland. I hope this was a very short video. Okay, I hope you liked it. Okay, and if you like this video, keep supporting it. Okay, thank you.